morning and happy Friday. It's the 18th of February today and it is also my weigh-in day, so I am popping on to chat about how this week has gone on my weight loss journey and update what my weight is. So this week, in terms of calories, food, tracking and all that good stuff, has gone pretty well. I'm gonna have to start writing down like my feelings and thoughts of every day so that I can sort of like remember how I'm feeling this time last week, because I find it really difficult to do that. So I think going forward I might start making little notes here and there about how that day has particularly gone. Obviously I have my diary in terms of my MyFitnessPal and tracking and stuff to refer back to, but I think I'd like to actually know how I'm feeling on that day, and I might do that in more of a sort of like a little quick video every day, sort of at the end of the day, just explaining how I've felt and how I feel, and how I've done in terms of exercise or tracking calories and stuff. And I have actually started a little bit of, I completely forgot about this and I wasn't really prepared to talk about it, but I have actually started to keep a bit of a diary about how I'm feeling around eating when I'm not hungry, or the desire to eat when I'm not hungry. So maybe at the end of the month I'll sort of like reflect on that a little bit more. But I just think I need to sort of like, I think that the plan that I'm doing, which is tracking my calories, which is a 1,400 calorie goal. I also track my macros, my proteins, my fats, my carbohydrates, and I do actually track my fibre as well. That's all not necessarily about my weight loss, but about my overall health for me as a person. And I know that sticking to that sort of plan every day will work and it will produce results. However, I'm struggling to stick to it every day, and I don't know why that is. I really don't, because it's not difficult. I don't think it's the fact that it's too hard or that I'm putting too much pressure on myself, because I just know that it's not that. But for whatever reason, I'm not sticking to it every day, and I've done that for the last sort of year and 2 months. So I know that I've switched things up here and there throughout. I initially had a calorie goal of 1,200, but then I popped an extra 200 on there, and you know, I've had various sort of like little stints at doing a juice detox, and I've, you know, introduced macros, taken away macros, reintroduced them, and that kind of thing. But I don't know whether it might be time for a complete like radical change in some way. I don't know whether it's just that I'm sort of like too much in a routine of what I'm doing, but I don't feel like I don't know. It's really hard to articulate this because I have absolutely no idea what's going on in my head. And I probably should have dedicated a bit more time to think about it before I started filming, but I didn't really have the time. So I think what I'm trying to say is I'm not sure if my plan is working for me, because I'd say I do it more time, I stick to it more than I don't throughout the week, but I just would like to get to a point where I can sort of like stick to something every single day. And I really felt like February was going to be the month where I was going to be able to attain that, but I think there's something like a flashing in front of my face, and I think I'm just not picking up on it. I think I'm just going along week in, week out and going, okay, I'll try again, I'll try again, I'll try again. But I think there's a reason why I'm not 100% sticking to it. So maybe March will be the opportunity to try something new. I haven't got a clue what that is yet, but maybe it's time to actually rethink the logic around my weight loss plan and maybe have a look at it and switch it up, because I know, like I said, I know that the plan and the structure I've got in place would work. It's not that it's like yeah, it would work, but I don't think it's working for me. So we'll see. That was a bit of a ramble. But in terms of like this week, I have stuck to my calorie goal. Friday I didn't, but I will input my last 7 days on screen so that you can see from Sunday through to yesterday. I have tracked. On Monday I did actually eat a few hundred over my goal. I had 1,509. But then on other days, this wasn't intentional, but I think this is just natural for you to have more of an appetite some days than others, and there's most of the other days I've eaten around 1,300, so obviously that counteracts that slight over day. And in terms of what I have been eating, I've not been very good at popping stuff on Instagram this week, and I've also only filmed one what I ate video. It was Valentine's Day on Monday, and myself and Jim decided we're gonna have a chicken Kiev. I tracked it, but it was still very tasty and yummy. It wasn't necessarily an off-plan day. I had a really delicious turkey stir fry. There was one night where I had a couple of really tiny jacket potatoes with like the bird's eye chicken char grills. And for breakfasts and lunches, it's been pretty much the same old thing of bran flakes and protein shakes. I think that's probably why I'm not so enthusiastic about taking pictures, because it's like, I feel like it's the same thing, and maybe that is something else to tie in with having a new routine or a new structure, or just switching my plan up a little bit. I think it might give me a bit more enthusiasm around what I'm doing. But yeah, I'd say I've done pretty well with my food this week. Could have done a lot better. There has been the odd evening where I've had some chocolate, or I don't know actually. I don't think I've done that bad in terms of food. But like I said, it's really hard for me to remember. I think when I have what I eat in a day, I can sometimes go back and like catch up with myself, but yeah, it's just a bit of a blur at this moment in time. In terms of workouts, I went to the gym on Sunday and I did a little bit of a run, a walk. I did some resistance workout, then I had a swim. On Tuesday I did a 3 kilometer run. I did like a cycle workout, and then I did some resistance training again, and then I had a swim. And then on Wednesday night I went skating, which I absolutely 100% are classing as a workout, because it, from my head to literally my toes, I can feel my body, I can feel all my muscles when I'm skating. I can feel them working, I can feel the burn. It is just such an incredible full body workout. But little sort of like story into that. So Millie, my stepdaughter, had showed an interest in wanting to go skateboarding. So I said that we could go to the skate park together and see if she likes it. So we did that on Wednesday and I had so much fun. I'm going to insert a couple of clips here. had such a blast, and she really enjoyed it, which was really good. I did take a pretty bad fall at one point though, doing a grind on one of the bigger ramps. So I fell and I hit my leg on the way back down into the ramp. Now I used to skate like religiously. It was just my thing. It's what I did throughout like the whole of my teenage years, and it's actually what got me to my most fittest, and was the thing that really changed my life in a sense of, I used to be incredibly like overweight as a child, and then I hated sport, I hated anything like that. I just felt like it was an opportunity for people to pick fun at me. But then I found skating and I absolutely fell in love with it, and I lived, eat and breathed skating for a long time. And when I got really into skating, I obviously thought about my nutrition and my health, and it's what just basically opened the door to that whole way of life of thinking of food as fuel to help sort of like get me into the best shape, because I was at a competitive skating level. So yeah, I think that was definitely a pinnacle moment in sort of like me going from being incredibly unhealthy to pretty fit, and having a massive interest in nutrition and things like that. So yeah, I am quite keen to get back into it on a more regular basis. But when I used to skate and I used to fall on my legs, obviously I've had lipedema since probably being about the age of 11, and it was always incredibly painful. But yeah, there was something about falling on Wednesday and I just thought, wow, that's like intensified quite a bit. And so it instantly was very sore. I carried on skating because I was just like, whatever, you know, I've fallen now. But yeah, I kind of knew at that time that I'd done a bit of damage. And when I got home, I had a look and it had already started to bruise, and it's the swelling basically that instantly happens. It kind of like swells so much away from my body. So I have tried to take a couple of clips to show you the bruise that I am left with now and the swelling and stuff. I'm not sure if if the clips I got would work, but if they did, I'll insert it here just so you can see. But if not, just believe me when I say it's a corker. And yeah, that's pretty sore at the moment. I was gonna go swimming on Thursday, but I just thought, I'm not gonna like push it too much. So I intend on going to the gym tomorrow and Sunday, and I am gonna go skating again next week. So it's not put me off, but I think I'm just gonna maybe take a bit of a step back, just skate around rather than going for crazy tricks like I'm 15 again. Because I'm 33 now, so it's like 15 years ago when I used to be like really good. So, but that was really fun, and it 100% was a workout. My body was aching the next day, and yeah, I hope that's becomes part of like my weekly routine, because I feel like it will absolutely benefit my fitness and my weight loss. Like I said, I do intend on going to the gym Saturday and Sunday, so that will be a total of 5 workouts for this week. I'll let you know next week if I do end up doing that, but yeah. So moving on to my weigh-in today. So last week I weighed in at 14 stone 8.4, and this week I have weighed in at 14 stone 8. So it's a little tiny nudge of a loss. It's 0.4 of a loss. I'm going to class it as a maintain. And I ain't too sure. Guys, why I've not lost this week. I'm not like stressed about it or like overly bothered about it. I think possibly, see, I can't remember what I ate on Friday. Did I track on Friday? Let me have a look, because I cannot for the life of me remember. I didn't track on Friday. And I know I had I had some Easter egg. I think I had some pudding of some description. Did I? I really can't remember. I think we had spaghetti bolognese made by Jim. I didn't have a massive portion of that, but I definitely would have eaten over my losing weight calories on Friday, and like I didn't track, so I can't refer back to it. So maybe it's that, maybe the swelling on my bruise is causing me to not lose. I don't know, that might be ridiculous, but whatever reason it is, I'm not stressing too much about it. I can just focus on the last week that I have of February and just try my best between now and then and see what happens. I am actually next Friday going to be doing some comparisons to photos that I took at the beginning of February. I do have photos from right back at the beginning of my journey as well, so I'll probably pop in a comparison with them, but I'm going to be doing just like a bit more of an overview of February, and probably by which point I will have decided what I'm going to do going forward. So next week will be a bit more of an in-depth chat. But yeah, I think I'm gonna wrap it up here. In terms of like next week, I'm just gonna try and stick to my plan every day if I can, and work out as much as possible, and then we'll just see. We'll see what Friday brings, and yeah, hopefully plan something a little better going forward for March. But I hope that you have all had a super fantastic week. I hope that you're gonna have a fantastic weekend. If you have enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up to let me know. If you haven't done so already, I would super appreciate if you subscribed, and I will send you some happy vibes. But until next time, I hope that you stay happy, healthy and well. I love you all. Bye bye.